today is the day we're gonna dig up some potatoes. And I'm excited because they seem to have done really well. They are all dying off now though, the upper parts, which means that the tubers have, I might leave these in the middle because they're still pretty upright, but these varieties on the ends, so I think that these are my reds and those are my purples. So these must be my Yukon Golds in the middle. So I'm gonna dig these guys up, might leave these, we'll see when we get there, but I did test one of them a little bit ago. It's like if you just gently rub your hand on it, it's not coming off. So I think that they are ready to come out of the ground, and then they will cure, which will harden or toughen up their skins as well. But the exciting thing about this is, for those of you that don't know, I live in Southeast Idaho. Idaho is considered the potato state for the United States, if you're not aware of that either. So my first year that I grew potatoes was a dismal failure. I believe I planted 13 pounds and harvested 7. The second year, I didn't actually plant potatoes, but I had a couple come up as volunteers, just ones that I had missed from the year before. And I don't know, I got like a teeny tiny handful of potatoes from them. So needless to say, it's rather embarrassing to be an Idaho gardener and not be able to grow potatoes. So this year we put them in our raised bed and I covered them. You can see the cloth still here, that it's just bug cloth that I had over them when they were first growing, because one of the issues that I had planted them in ground back behind the loafing shed, and something was eating them both years. Something just completely skeletonized them both times. So I covered them in hopes that that would not happen, and it didn't. But it is time now. So I am really hopeful. This is the biggest I have ever gotten plants. I think this is the biggest potato I've ever dug out of them, and it's not even very big. That tells you anything. So I have got a basket and my hori knife too, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to dig a little bit here. And of course I do want to be somewhat careful of my sunflowers that are in this bed and don't want to disturb them terribly if I can get away with it. So one of the other things you do want to be careful of when you are digging potatoes is not to leave them out in the sunlight or they will go green, and it happens fairly quickly. Let's pull this first guy out and see what we have. I'm going to pull these out. There's drip tapes that I haven't put in yet. Oh, I see potatoes. Ah! Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Look at that. Oh my God. Potatoes. So many potatoes. Oh. Actually, don't really want to be dropping this dirt on the ground here. Oh, look at that. All right, plant number 1. Yay! Get in here a little bit and see if there are more. Let's pull all of these out. From that plant, I did dig a few new potatoes from this plant. Looks like that's gonna be it in here for that one. Oh, so exciting. Let's do the next one. Yay! Oh my goodness. So this time around, I planted a total of 8 of each kind of potato. So far, I'm getting better harvest than what I planted, which is perfect. And try to also not pull up my cucumbers that are here. Oh! Uh-oh. This one doesn't look real promising. Oh dear. Yeah, these ones that are next to the cucumbers, well, and also, oh, no, I got a couple of decent ones. A couple anyway. And surrounded by sunflowers, completely surrounded by sunflowers. I probably should have pulled up a couple more of these sunflowers. This is from my first 4. Oh my goodness. This is going much better than years past. So I'm just going to keep digging. I think I will dig up one of these ones in the middle, see kind of where they're sitting in terms of like size of potatoes, and then decide if I'm gonna dig them all or not. But just gonna get these all off. So exciting. I'm going to need to get another basket. This is exciting. Although I thought that I had gotten 3 varieties, but so far all I've dug up are reds. And I didn't think I'd planted that many reds, but that's okay. Unfortunately, reds don't tend to store as well as like the Yukon Golds, but that's all right. There's still potatoes. Ah, here's my purple guys. Aren't they so pretty? These purple guys definitely aren't as large. I've come across a couple decent sized ones, but not quite as big as the reds. I do also think that my soil in the middle of the bed here was quite a bit more compacted, which probably made a difference. You can see this is why my poor cucumbers weren't doing well. Literally, the potatoes were growing right underneath them. Need another basket. Let's just start here. Well, apparently I didn't actually plant any Yukon Golds. That's a bummer. Well, these Huckleberry Golds should have the same storage, but like I said, they're not nearly as big. And I don't think letting them go any longer would have helped much. All right, last one. This one had quite a few. Some nice sized ones. And I'm pretty sure I know why. Well, so first of all, see how compacted and clayey this is? next year, because I won't plant it again in this bed, I will dig a lot deeper and put a lot more amendment in that loosens up the soil. Ugh, there's that ishy gushy seed potato. So the potatoes went wide, and I had been watering extra along this edge because of my cucumbers. And that's where the majority of the larger potatoes, especially for the huckleberry golds, seem to have decided to grow. Which is not surprising because there was extra water. I'd be willing to bet that there are more in here, but because I don't want to completely dig up the sunflowers and my poor little cucumbers and tomatoes, I'm not digging as aggressively as I probably would otherwise. But you guys, I'm so excited. Look at all of these potatoes. Oh, I'm just so excited with them. Oh, I will weigh them and find out how much we actually got, but yeah, this is my best potato harvest ever. Like I said, I totally thought that I had planted Yukon Golds, but I must have just grabbed more of the huckleberry golds. Or no, actually, I grabbed more. Well, it kind of seems like actually I ended up with equal amounts of both plants. So maybe I didn't grab Yukon Golds and just thought I did. Well, anyway, I have a lot of potatoes, and these guys, I mean, some of them are like jewels. They're so pretty. Hey, look at that. Isn't that just stunningly gorgeous? And like I said, they'll be kind of a yellowish white flesh inside, but oh, so pretty. All right, I'm gonna get these in the shed to cure, which means I need to do something with the garlic because the garlic is also done curing. So, all right, this is the kind of second major harvest of the season. Yay, potatoes, I'm so excited.